Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Shirazgun's online school. My dear learner, how are you? I hope everybody okay and fine. My dear learner, I am also fine. I am Arjina Khatun, assistant teacher, Jamtul Dhapakandi Government High School, Kamarkund, Shirazgunj. I shall teach you English grammar for class 8. My dear learner, yesterday we learned right forms of verb. Today I will discuss about also right forms of verbs. My dear learners, time expresses tomorrow. Tomorrow mention future indefinite tense. Tomorrow, next day, time mention future indefinite tense. My dear learner, follow the example. Everybody attentively listen to me and follow me and write down your notebook every examples. Obviously, you know I to go to market tomorrow. Dear learners, I hope already you guys it is future indefinite tense, and future indefinite tense says helping verb is shall or will. Helping verb is shall or will, and main verb is obviously all time present simple tense. I shall go to market tomorrow. Dear learners, next example is the man visit the zoo the next day. Here, obviously, the man is singular, auxiliary must be will. The man will visit the zoo the next day. Okay, dear learners, here I, we, you, when uses in the sentences as a subject must be auxiliary verb shall use shall. And singular form, he, she, any type of singular subject or noun. Auxiliary verb will be used as will. Okay, dear learners, and future indefinite tenses, verb always is base form of verb. Okay, dear learners, we shall go to our next rules. Everybody obviously write down the sentences on your notebook. My dear learners, when sentences if plus past and plus I or you would. Example, if I be verb, if I be a king, if I be verb এখানে here uses be verb. Okay, dear learners, I help you. I help the poor. My dear learners, we follow the rules. If plus past. Of course, be verb uses past form. If I were a king, I would help the poor. If I were a king, I would help the poor. My dear learners, any other examples? If he offered me a job, I take it. Dear learners, obviously its first sentence should be past indefinite. If he offered me a job, I would take it. I would take it. My dear learners, if plus past plus I would. Obviously, already you guess it. My dear learners, we shall go to another rules. Next rules. If plus past perfect. If plus past perfect plus I or you would have. I or you would have. My dear learners, follow the examples. Our first example is, if I if I had been hungry, I eat, bracketed, to eat something, My dear learners, had been perfect tense, would have, may, obviously. Next sentence should be uses should have. I should have eaten something. If I had been hungry, I should have eaten something. Another example is, if you had gone the to the party, you meet your friend. Okay, dear learners, already you gauged it. If you had gone to the party, you had been. You should have, You should have, verb must be past participle form. You should have met your friend. My dear learners, if plus past participle, first sentence, and next sentence subject plus would have and verb past participle form. My dear learners, already you learned the rules, and next rule, if plus present tense, plus future. First tense example is, if you play in the rain, if you play in the rain, you catch cold. If you play in the rain, you shall catch cold. My dear learners, It is the regional sentences. Depend on region. Depend on region. Next, if I find your oars, find your oars, I give you. Dear learners, if I find your oars, I shall give you. If I find your oars, I shall give you. Dear learners, if plus past tense, if plus past participle, if plus present tense says rule already we learn. My dear learners, our next rule is if in case of I wish, then after subject must be uses where. I wish, in case of, after subject is I where. I wish, I be a king. I wish I be a king. I wish I were a king. I wish I were a king. Not any other be verb, only uses where. When the subject has I wish first part, then uses after subject where. My dear learners, our next rule is in case of it is high time, it is high time, it is high time, then verb is past tense, past form. Verb always uses past form. My dear learners, follow the example. Follow the example. It is high time. It is high time. It is high time we change our reading habit. Change our eating habit. Dear learners, I told you first parts uses it is high time. Our next sentences main verb is past indefinite tense. It is high time we changed our eating habit. We change our eating habit. My dear learners, already then next rules, if the conjunction so that in the subject in the then auxiliary verb is can, could, must be uses next sentence. He worked hard so that can or could uses next sentences. He worked hard so that he worked hard so that he gain his life. My dear learners, when the past sentence is past form, past indefinite, past form, next sentences uses could, and past sentence, if past sentence should be present form, next sentences uses can. Okay, here past form in the past sentence. He worked hard so that he could gain his life. Dear learners, he worked hard so that he could gain his life. We shall go to next rule. Next rule, preposition. We know of preposition. Preposition of, by and without. With verb always added ing. Preposition of, by and without in the sentences of before verb uses of, by, without. This verb is obviously with added. Example, I never thought of go there. My dear learners, go is the verb and use of go of is the preposition, and the verb with the verb added ing. I never thought of going there. I never thought of going there. Our next Our next rule is conjunction list. We know list is conjunction. List uses auxiliary verb. After conjunction list, auxiliary verb is should. Always uses should. List he ran fast. He ran fast. List he missed the train. The next sentence is verb. Before verb uses should. He ran fast. List he should miss, obviously miss the train. Should is conditional, and after should verb is always present from or base from. My dear learners, we shall go to our next rule. If interrogative sentences make WH question odd, what, why, where, when, whom, how, etc. These sentences added auxiliary verb base of tense in the interrogative sentence. My dear learners, follow the rules. What, when, where, why, how, etc. The sentences auxiliary verb based on these sentences. Okay, dear learners, follow the example. Where you go to now. My dear learners, where you go now? Obviously, this is the time mentioned or time expresses now is present continuous tense, and present continuous tenses must be uses auxiliary verb, and auxiliary verb uses WH question ought after WH question oughts. Okay, dear learners, where are you is the third person, must be uses are. Where are you, and adding with verb ing. Going now. Everybody gauge it. Where are you going now? Next example is why you cry yesterday. Yesterday mentioned past indefinite tense, and its auxiliary verb is did. Always uses auxiliary verb is did. Why did? Why did you cry yesterday? Yesterday. My dear learners? Okay? Okay, dear learners. Our last rules, we have learned our last rule. Okay, everybody, obviously follow me. If in the sentences has would rather, would better, had rather, had better, the verb is simple present. Okay, would rather, would better, would should rather, should better, have in the sentences subject always present simple form. He would rather go to the market. He would rather go to the market. Okay, dear learners, already we learned in the 3 days many rules on the right forms of verb. Everybody obviously learn about right forms of verbs of many things, and already we have came to our classes, end of the class. My dear learners, everybody should be care of your health and take care of your all things and read attentively, my dear learners. Okay, goodbye.